We got ourselves Team 2. We got ourselves Silver Execute, which is Athel, man. We got Christina. We got Narene Red in here. We got Saris as well as Irie versus Team 2 with Ladrian. We got ourselves Kragar. Wait, Ladrian the Paladin. Okay, it is a little bit off. We got ourselves Ram. We got ourselves Rascal and Gotchi's X. It looks like Kragar is going to be first up versus Seavark Execute. Athaman versus Kragar, dude. It's going to be Seavark or I'm just going to call him Seavark Execute. I'm just calling him by his character's name. I feel like it's just easier in my head, but that's going to be a big damage onto Kragar. Execution is coming down. Kragar looking to maybe see if he can survive the execution. Is trying to go for line of sight with the Paladin. Huge damage, dropping him down to half his health. Going to be a stun coming out of Seavark Execute, burning through it Nazatsuken very quickly. That's going to be Safeguard Chicken right afterwards with a bop to follow. Does the Paladin have enough damage? Looking to catch up to Kragar and maybe finish him off without letting him get a heal. Kragar's trying to go through every defense and try to heal through it. Seavark Execute is backing up as the bop is about to fall off. Kragar does get himself a huge heal though. This is going to go for the big rampages as he gets an empowered version of recklessness that actually makes your abilities do more damage. You got yourself a raging blow that gives you a small charge, and then you got yourself a bloodthirst that does more damage and 1% more healing. So at least it's something. That's going to be a huge recovery of health by Kragar, but he did go through a lot of cooldowns. Seavark Execute, though, looking to get himself maybe another skull on Kragar, the same style, maybe with a bubble this time. This is going to go for a Seraphim setup. Looks like he's setting up a little bit of damage. Maybe he has a minute-long wings available. Very, very soon. Execute setups with final verdict onto Kragar. Looking like it's going to be a lot of damage, though. Taking quite a lot of damage from the warrior himself. Big execution status doesn't really have as big of a payoff. Nazatsu gets to rotate right after as Kragar does get hit with a stun and a slow. That's going to be Seavark Execute trying to see if he can bail the hell out of there. Got himself quite a few heals before the dampening gets super high, so you should be able to stabilize. But Kragar is just on top of him, just going to continue rampaging against the Paladin. That's going to be a Reflect burned a little bit early. Reflect does have a very short cooldown though, 25 seconds, so you should be using it often. If you can, the more abilities you can really reflect against the Paladin, the better. But it is on a very short cooldown, so if you can't even reflect damage, I think it might even be worth. I guess the Paladin, I think reflecting the Hodge is extra value, especially if you're not running Stormbolt, which I believe Kragar is running Stormbolt. It's going to be Kragar with quite a lot of damage. It's going to be a blind out of Seavark Execute. It's going to get executed status of Kragar with a final verdict. Does he go for a bubble to follow? Big damage to the Kragar. Does he have enough? He does have in range. Oh! Oh my god, that execution status Kragar thought he'll be okay. Didn't pop in range regen or nothing and just came down like a hammer. Oh my god, that was incredible. Oh my goodness. Bubba coming out for Seavark Execute as he's getting assaulted by Ladrian. Ladrian looking like he's going to get himself a little bit of cooldowns rolling, give himself a little bit of heals. Big Hodge into Seavark Execute does not have wings to follow though. Wings, it looked like he was going to go for middle long wings for a second. Ladrian down on wings though, doesn't have the Crusade. Going to be executed sentence. Is going to bubble it. Doesn't want to beat Kragar 2.0 in this one. Oh goodness. Shield event is available for Seavark Execute as bubble is available for Ladrian. There's going to be a Hodge by Athaman as he's trying to get as much damage as possible into Ladrian. Shield of Vengeance is going to be available though. Does get to pop Seavark Execute Shield of Vengeance, but it looks like it's not going to pop Ladrian's though. So it looks like these two are trading cooldowns. Seavark Execute has Blessing of Protection, Ladrian has Blessing of Protection, and it looks like Seavark Execute is going to get his wings slightly earlier. So it's going to be really down to whoever gets the most damage and whoever establishes a execution sentence first, because whoever gets a Hodge first gets a mad advantage. Whoever establishes execution sentence first is going to have it finish off first. So they better go now, because both of them have a bob. They're not going to be able to stop each other's magic damage. Going to be blind by Seavark Execute. Predator's verdict. Huge damage. Does Ian execute sentence above his head? But I don't think that's going to do anything. Seavark Execute just bypassed execution sentence altogether. Does it do anything? It does a little bit of damage. But it's going to be Gotchi's X getting hit with another execute sentence. Bob coming down for Seavark Execute does have shattering throw for the Bob. Big damage to Gotchi with a Hodge to follow. Does he go for a trinket? And Rage Chan does not want to be Kragar 2.0. Going to be slow by Seavark Execute trying to get away from Gotchi with that hand of freedom. No healing available for Gotchi. So Seavark Execute is going to be in a good spot. Does have Shield of Vengeance come back very, very soon. That's going to be Reflect, and Seavark Execute is going to be in a good position for now. Gotchi though, we'll see where he's going to be. The Paladin on the other team does quit by the looks of it. And Gachi does not have a lot to recover with big damage available for the warrior though. Seawork definitely should not, or Seawork is skewed, should not underestimate it. As Gachi looking like he's actually catching up with quite a bit of health. Got himself a little bit of that defensiveness going on with reflect, with ignore pain, but it looks like he's taking a bit of damage either way. Bubble available for Seawork is cute. Shield of Vengeance available as well. Wings available. So this could be everything. Gachi does have enrage regeneration, so you could heal for a ton here. It's going to get that ignore pain up and running early. As it looks like Seawork is cute, trying to set up for some damage. Blind onto Gachi. Execute sentence. Is going to get final verdict. And he might be able to maybe get a hodge onto Gachi. Nope. And Ozatsuka comes out. Does burn through Ozatsuka very quickly. And now the Execution sentence claps up a warrior. Oh my goodness. And that's going to be Rami God H. Ramix? Ram? I'll call you Ram. I think that'll work fine. But it's going to be Seawork is cute. Still holding on by himself out here as Ram trying to get the full army of the dead rolling. Stun onto Ram. Does he go for a trinket? It looked like he might have. I swapped the wrong person. I'm sorry about that. Stun onto Seawork is cute. Does have Shield of Vengeance if necessary. Might want to use it as early as possible as necrotics are starting to hit him. Shield of Vengeance is up. That it's going to be split amongst all the undead pets. And Ath is still under a lot of pressure. 30% dampening here. Not a lot of ways for him to heal. Bubble of Bop not coming back in any moment now. He might need to find a moment to get himself a heal or two from time to time. Necrotic down pretty hard. Not a lot of health really available. I think he might be done and done. Any heals he does, oh, it's just not going to work. The necrotics are just too much. The dampening is way too high. As Christina pops in next. IBF finally coming out of Ram God Eggs. Did not have to use that against Atherman at all. As Christina is going to be up next, trying to bleed the Death Knight dry. Thorns are up and running, so Ram is trying to avoid hitting him. MS is available. It's going to give him a little bit of runic power. Can go self-healing off of it. And Ram trying to get himself maybe a little bit more damage into Christina. Bash by Christina. Got the bleeds up and running. I think it was addressed by Christina too. And Ram has quite a bit of bleeds rolling. It's going to be Lichborn, so he can heal himself through death goals, but he does necrotic his own health with a death pack, so you're not going to be able to do that. We'll have to use death goals offensively against Christina. Just kind of waiting until the necrotics fade. Maybe then he can heal. But the bleeds are still set in. The bleeds are doing work. That's going to be early AMS for Ram, though. Probably should have waited for Thorns. Big bye by Christina and just lets the jaws of death close on the man's neck. That's going to be it, man. Christina leaping into the his side of the arena to maybe catch a re-stealth as the rogue is up and running as Assassination. We'll see if Assassination can do well against the Pharaoh. Last man on team 2. Standing next to Christina, literally on top of each other. Popping a bear for him. Does get a thrash or swipe against Rascal? It looked like he should have. That's going to be Christina get opened up by the rogue. We're expecting the kid to shot any moment now. Rascal is just trying to build compo. He's trying not to go in ham until it's a feral druid in feral form outside of bear. It's going to be a bash by Christina, trinket by the rogue, kidney shot, and all this burst with the vendetta onto the feral. Christina still does have a lot of defenses. Wall is still available. Could overlap that together with Barkskin with the 1-2. And that's going to be quite a lot of damage back to Rascal. He got the bleeds on him. The evasion is up. He got the Thorns. Does have the cloak for the Thorns for a bit. Crusader just needs to survive a little bit longer. Thorns is still on. Rascal still has so much dots on him. Does go for advantage, but the dots are still hitting him. And they're going to get him out in the stealth in the open. Christina doesn't get to find him. Sap onto the Pharaoh. Looks like he's going to be able to get a full sap. Rascal might be able to go for another kidney shot onto Christina. Do they have enough damage, though? Goes for a shadow step into a resap. I don't understand. Another resap. I don't know the shadow step. What's the point of that? Getting a shot with a Garrote onto Christina. Lots of damage with the Reaping Cliffs to fall. Let's have a bike or anything. Christina does hit Rascal with a dress by the looks of it. Both of them are super low. Leaps on top of the rogue. Is that going to be enough? That the rogue does go down to the procs. Oh my goodness. All Christina trinketed just now and hit him with Reaping Flames. But Seawork is cute, just clapping the warrior cheeks, boys. Taking the warriors out, dude. The big hammer dropping down, banning these boys out of here. I like that, man. I like that, dude. Alrighty, boys.